Yes. So, okay. So in the last lecture, we have seen about the roll-up summary. What exactly is the roll-up summary? Then how to create the roll-up summary. What are the different types of functions? Probably the aggregate functions on which the roll-up summary is used to calculate the value. So basically, there are four functions: count, minimum, max, and the sum. Then we also have understand if we want to create a roll-up summary, the roll-up summary must only be created on the master detail relationship. That means कि अगर आपका relationship type is lookup, so you cannot create the roll-up summary. So these were actually few considerations. What we have God, who is this? Wilson. I'm muting you, boys. Yeah. So what we have seen is that how to create the roll-up summary, and I think we have solved these two use cases. Someone mic is still on. Okay. So I have given you few assignments with this. Guys, have you done the assignment or not? Have you done the assignments or is still pending?
Sir, second one is pending.
Sir, done.
Okay. So, ठीक है.
Done, sir.
Very good. ठीक है, आज कर लेंगे जिन्होंने नहीं किया है. Go with all these assignments. So today I'm going to start the last topic of this relationship, because after this we are going to start with the email templates also. So the last topic of this is actually one-to-one association. Now, what exactly is one-to-one association, where we actually require this one-to-one association? Let me see whether I have one diagram for it, or else I'll create one diagram for you. If it is possible for me to explain with this diagram, I'll go with the same. Otherwise, I'll create one more diagram. Yes, I think I can explain it with this. Okay, see here. What does exactly one-to-one relationship actually means is that if we have this requirement, for example, if we have this requirement, if we have this requirement that for every one parent, there must be only one child. For every parent record, there must be only one child record. And if we try to associate this parent to some another child, it must produce some error. It must give some error. Okay, that you are not allowed to make this association with this parent to this child, because probably he's already being associated to another child. So if we create such kind of system where exactly what we can create is that one parent should be associated with one child only, and if someone try to associate another, if someone try to create another association, our system must give some sort of error, mentioning some messages like, this parent is already being associated to a child, and you cannot go and create this relationship. So what we have created just now is something called as one-to-one association. So whenever for every parent, if we have only one child, that is something called as one-to-one association. See, every time I told you one thing, before understanding, before going and understanding this, how to create this one-to-one, and how to create this many-to-many, how to create the lookup, how to create the master, how to create the hierarchy. First, you try to understand the use case. Because आगे चल के no one is going to tell you, that यहाँ पर आपको one-to-one लगाना है, यहाँ पर आपको hierarchy लगाना है, यहाँ पर आपको lookup लगाना है, यहाँ पर आपको master detail लगाना है, ठीक है? You need to understand this by yourself. You need to understand this by yourself. तो इसीलिए ना जरूरी क्या है, use case को समझना. अब देखिए एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे I tell you one thing. मान के चलिए कि if I give you this scenario, अगर मैं आपसे बोलूं there are two standard objects, understand the question. There are two standard objects, price book and quote. These are the two standard objects, by the way. Okay? These are the two standard objects, price book and quote. अब ये अगर क्वेश्चन आपको इंटरव्यू में, if they ask you this question in the interview and they tell you कि अगर आपसे बोल रहा है, for example, we are having these two objects, the price book and the quote, and I want to have a relationship between these two objects. There are two objects, price book and the quote. I want to have a relationship between these two. Now you suggest me what kind of relationship you are going to establish, whether lookup, whether master detail. Try to understand the question. What he said? He just said कि भैया दो objects हैं, there are two objects, दो objects हैं, एक है price book, दूसरा है code. And he just said us कि भैया हमको relationship create करना है और हमसे पूछ रहा है कि out of these two relationship, lookup and the master, यहाँ पे कौन से relationship लगाना चाहिए. तो अब देखिए बातें तो ऐसी है कि रिलेशनशिप तो दोनों है, लुकअप है, मास्टर है, लेकिन उसका सवाल क्या है कि यहाँ पे कौन से रिलेशनशिप आपने लगाना है. तो एक इंपॉर्टेंट बात अगर आपको ये पता है कि इन द मास्टर डिटेल रिलेशनशिप चाइल्ड कैन नॉट बी अ स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट. अगर आपको ये चीज पता है, अगर आप ये जानते हैं कि अगर आप स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ में काम कर रहे हैं और आप मास्टर डिटेल रिलेशनशिप लगाना चाहते हैं, तो याद रखिए मास्टर डिटेल रिलेशनशिप में चाइल्ड इज नेवर अ स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, तो आपको आंसर पता रहेगा, अगर नहीं तो फिर नहीं पता रहेगा. इसलिए मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, यूज केस को समझो. देखिए दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं आपको, दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं. पहला ऑब्जेक्ट है आपका प्राइस बुक, दूसरा ऑब्जेक्ट है कोड. ठीक है, अब आपको ये समझना था कि ये दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट ही स्टैंडर्ड है, ये दोनों ऑब्जेक्ट ही स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट हैं. और अगर मैं दो स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहा हूँ, इफ आई वांट टू हैव अ रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन दीज टू स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट, तो रिलेशनशिप तभी बनती है. व्हाट आर द टू स्टेप्स ऑफ रिलेशनशिप? What are the two steps of relationship? First, you identify which one is the parent, which one is the child, right? तो अगर आप प्राइस बुक को पेरेंट अज्यूम करके कोड को चाइल्ड करें, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. आप कोड को पेरेंट करके प्राइस बुक को चाइल्ड अज्यूम करें, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि चाइल्ड और पेरेंट दोनों के दोनों स्टैंडर्ड हैं. और जब भी स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट की बात आती है और आपको चाइल्ड अगर किसी स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट को बनाना है, अगर आपको चाइल्ड किसी स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट को बनाना है, देयर इज ओनली वन ऑप्शन, इज द lookup relationship. One option is the lookup relationship. Guys, give me 1 second. Guys, give me 1 second. Yes. So, interviews में normally they ask this type of scenario based questions. ठीक है, आपको समझना पड़ता है कि इस सिनेरियो पे क्या पुट अप करना. नो इफ अब अगर जैसे कि ये एक बात हो गई है ना, सेकंड इफ कि अगर हमें दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स दे दिया है कि इफ दे टेल यू दिस, इफ आई आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन कि where is the scenario where we actually, I mean, what is the need to go with the many to many relationship, that if you have this lookup, if you have this master detail, if you have the hierarchy relationship, why to go with the many to many relationship? Why? What is the reason? Why? What is the reason to go with the many to many relationship? So we have even discussed that also. ठीक है, लेकिन मैं वही चाहता हूँ कि इम्पोर्टेंटली क्या है, इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आप सिनेरियोस को समझे, आप सिनेरियोस को समझे. तो इफ दे आस्क यू दिस एज अ क्वेश्चन, यार इफ यू हैव ऑल दीज टाइप ऑफ रिलेशनशिप, इतनी सारी रिलेशनशिप्स हैं तुम्हारे पास, इफ यू हैव दिस लुकअप रिलेशनशिप, मास्टर डिटेल, हायरार्की, external lookup, why additionally you go and create this many to many? Because see, this is not a direct relationship first of all. अब जब आप बोल रहे हो कि there are 6 type of relationships in the Salesforce, 6 type of relationship, कौन कौन सी? लुकअप, एक्सटर्नल लुकअप, मास्टर डिटेल, हायरार्की, ये तो 4 डायरेक्ट हो गई. इसके अलावा यस, एडिशनल टू दैट वी कैन क्रिएट 2 टाइप्स ऑफ रिलेशनशिप, मेनी टू मेनी एंड वन टू वन. तो दैट ही कुड आस्क यू, अरे भाई जब 4 रिलेशनशिप पहले से सेल्सफोर्स में मौजूद हैं, if there are already there are 4 relationship, Salesforce has given you 4 kinds of relationship, why you are becoming over smart and going and create this many to many? क्या है? तो आपको बताना पड़ेगा. सी, आपको रीजन अब बताना पड़ेगा कि why to create this many to many. What is the reason? कि for example, suppose I'll tell you one scenario for this बोलना. Yes, there is a reason. There is a very strong reason why should we go for and create a many to many relationship. What is that reason? If there are 2 objects, if you want to create, if you want to go and create a relationship between these 2 objects, for example, let's take this example as in book and author. And you know what, these 2 objects, both of them are pertaining to be the parent. None of them wants to become a child. if I want to create a relationship, one object should become the parent, the second should become the child. Problem here is that book is also becoming parent, author is also becoming parent. Even I cannot create author to be the child, I cannot create book to be the child. So if there are two objects and I cannot create any object to be the child, then there is only one way, there's only one way to solve this. What is that? Just create another child for this. Create another child for this. What is that child? That child is called a junction object. So if I want to have association between these type of objects, so there is only one way to achieve this, and that is many to many. So never expect कि आपको इतने simple questions आएंगे admin interviews. Don't expect this. अगर आ गए तो ये आपकी किस्मत है. If they simply ask you how many types of relationship, what are the difference between lookup, master detail, what is hierarchical relationship, what is many to many, what is one to one, if they ask you this simple, ये आपकी किस्मत है. I always prepare you for the worst condition. If you get the best, that's all your मतलब your destiny. वो मेरा कुछ हाथ नहीं उसमें, लेकिन मैं हमेशा worst के लिए prepare करूँ. So probably they could ask you this question कि if the Salesforce has already given you 4 kind of relationship, why? What is the reason to create many to many, or what is the reason to create one to one? And you should be prepared with the reason. ये है वो reason for the many to many. Now let's discuss one to one. Now let's discuss one to one relationship. Okay. So always prepare this type of cross questioning. Always prepare these type of cross questioning. Okay. So let's come to the topic. Today's topic is to discuss one to one relationship. Okay. So if there is a business requirement, and you can explain this with the same example, what we are going to discuss right now. If there is a business requirement that only every parent should only have one child. If this is a business requirement, that parent record should be associated with only one child record. And if someone tries to associate another child, it should give some sort of error message. Then that type of relationship is called as one to one, first of all. Okay. So this was the scenario. Now, example, every scenario must be associated with an example. अगर आप one to one बता रहे हो ना, तो वो book और author वाला example जरूर देना. अगर आप sorry many to many बता रहे हैं तो वो वाला example देना. अब जब आप one to one बता रहे हो, ठीक है, अब जब आप one to one बता रहे हैं तो ये example देना. Every time whenever you are answering this, देखिए आंसर कभी भी हरी में नहीं देना, जल्दबाजी नहीं करना, वो नर्वसनेस दिखाता है. If you answer in a very cool and a calm way, ये आपका कॉन्फिडेंस बताता है. ठीक है, तो हमेशा इत्मीनान से सुकून से आंसर दीजिए, कभी भी जल्दबाजी मत करिए. इस चीज को आंसर देने की हड़बड़ाहट नहीं है. इंटरव्यू क्रैक करना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं मेरे दोस्त. इंटरव्यू बहुत इजीली क्रैक होते हैं. ठीक है, बस आपकी नर्वसनेस पे आपका काबू होना चाहिए, उस पे काबू ला दो. वो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट, बिकॉज वो आपके अंदर है. ठीक है, वो आपको ही बाहर निकालना है. तो क्वेश्चन है कि व्हाट इज द रीजन व्हाई टू क्रिएट दिस वन टू वन. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन दिस सिनेरियो. इफ देयर इज अ काइंड ऑफ बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट, I hope you guys are writing all this. So if there is a requirement, kind of requirement where we actually require to associate a parent to only one child, and if someone try, or maybe even if I try to associate that to another child, so my system should give me some sort of error message कि भैया नहीं कर सकते, this parent is already being associated. So there is the scenario where we actually create this one-to-one relationship. Now let's come to our business requirement. See, we created 2 custom objects, rather 3: hiring manager, position, and the candidates. ठीक है, okay, whose mic is this? Anyways, ठीक है. So I created this hiring manager, position, and the candidate. These are the 3 custom objects. ठीक है. As a part of our requirement, we are developing this as a project from the day one itself. I've told you that we are going to practice on this, and we are going to practice on this live project. Could be. So we are developing one HR management kind of software. Okay. Now we submitted this for client review. Client review के लिए हमने दिया इस चीज को, and our client is Align Infotech Private Limited. We have developed this CRM solution for them. And as a part of their requirement, what we develop is hiring manager, we develop position, we develop candidate. Even we also have created the relationship. Everything has been done. Now we give this solution to the aligned people, and they are they are taking review on this. They are taking review on this. Just a second. Okay. So as a requirement, हमने अलाइन के लिए ये CRM डेवलप किया and now we submitted this to align people. अब अलाइन के जो टेक्निकल टीम है, they are taking a review on all this. This process is called as client review. ठीक है, क्लाइंट रिव्यू होने के बाद ही फाइनलाइज होता है कि अब इसमें चेंजेस हैं या इसको प्रोडक्शन पे डिप्लॉय करना है. ठीक है, तो अब क्लाइंट में रिव्यू में एक चीज आई कि नाउ सी if I if I come to any position, if I open this. Like I created a new position record. Let's say this. I created a new position record. Let me show you something else. If I go to the hiring managers, if I go to the hiring managers, so probably here I can show you. Let's see over here. Yeah, यहाँ से समझ में आ जाएगा. Now, I can see that I can see that Mr. Pratap Singh, he's an hiring manager. And he's handling this position called as Oracle Senior Database Admin. Okay, he's handling this position. Even Pratap Singh is also handling one more position as Salesforce developer. Client take this. Client has to identify this. Okay, this Pratap Singh is being allotted to two position over here. Even with the Alan also, Alan is Alan is one of the hiring manager who's actually handling two positions, sales representative and senior account manager. Now client identify this. And now client identify किया and then client write us one email कि client बोलता है कि see as an part of our business policy. अब ये हमारी भी गलती नहीं actually, client ने हमको इसको पहले बताया नहीं था हमको. Client ने इसके पहले कभी भी ये disclose नहीं किया था about this policy. Who's F? Who's F? Who is F? Guys, please take care of your mic. ठीक है, ये मुझे भी डिस्टर्ब होता है, बाकी सभी को डिस्टर्ब होता है ना. सो प्लीज ऐसा नहीं करिए, आप सभी अपने माइक पे ध्यान रखिए. एल्स आई नीड टू टेक सम सॉर्ट ऑफ एक्शन. और ये उम्र है क्या तुम लोगों की कि मैं तुमको मीटिंग से बाहर निकालूं? प्लीज डोंट, ऐसा नहीं करने का. सारे मैच्योर लोग हैं यहाँ पे, बच्चे कभी भी सेल्सफोर्स में नहीं आते. सारे मैच्योर लोग ही आते हैं, याद रखो. प्लीज टेक केयर ऑल ऑफ दिस. ठीक है. सो हमारी भी गलती नहीं है. क्लाइंट ने एक्चुअली ये बात इसके पहले डिस्क्लोज नहीं की थी. अब जबकि क्लाइंट ने आइडेंटिफाई किया इस चीज को एंड देन क्लाइंट टोल्ड अस कि हमारा बिजनेस ऐसे नहीं चलता. आई मीन दिस इज नॉट द काइंड ऑफ आवर बिजनेस पॉलिसी. एक्चुअली हमारा बिजनेस कुछ हमारा सिस्टम कैसा है कि हमारा सिस्टम कुछ इस तरह से कि वंस राम कुमार इज बीइंग एसोसिएटेड विद द सेल्स मैनेजर, एक मर्तबा अगर राम कुमार को ये पोजीशन दी जा चुकी है, this Ram Kumar cannot be associated to any other position. Why? Because we never overload our hiring managers and we want them to focus only on the one position till the time he actually closes this position. जब तक ये position close नहीं होती है, तब तक जब तक कि Ram Kumar is associated to the sales manager, this person Ram Kumar will not going to allocate on any else position. And presently he identify कि what is happening? प्रेजेंटली आइडेंटिफाई दिस कि भैया एक से ज्यादा पोजीशन एक हायरिंग मैनेजर को जा रहे हैं. तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. एवरी हायरिंग मैनेजर शुड हैव ओनली वन पोजीशन. एवरी हायरिंग मैनेजर शुड बी एसोसिएटेड टू वन पोजीशन. एवरी हायरिंग मैनेजर शुड बी एसोसिएटेड टू वन पोजीशन. एंड इफ यू ट्राई टू अलॉट वन मोर पोजीशन टू हिम, तो एरर आना चाहिए, जो कि अभी नहीं है. सी if I create a position over here, let me go and clone this. Let me open the sales manager record and let me clone this also. Okay. Senior Java developer. Let me have allot this position to this Ram Kumar. LOP, yeah, yes. Let me allot this position to Ram Kumar. Ram Kumar को ही दे देते हैं, ठीक है? Let me save this. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Now Ram Kumar is handling 2 positions. Ye nahi. This should not happen. This should not happen. What the client want? कि ये नहीं होना चाहिए. कि every hiring manager should be associated to one position only. And if I go and see, if I go and see hiring man on the schema builder, if I go and see the hiring manager, the kind of relationship between, the relationship between this hiring manager and the position, so you will see that, you will see that your hiring manager is the parent and position is the child. So every hiring manager should be associated to one position. Every parent should be associated to one child only. And if you try to associate another child, it should give an error. It should give an error. Every hiring manager should be associated to only one and one child. अगर ऐसी requirement आती है, there we need to go and create a relationship type called as one-to-one relationship. There is the need where, ये है वो need where we actually need to develop one-to-one relationship. ठीक है? See this diagram. This diagram will tell you everything. Java developer. ठीक है? Java developer. What is it? 101. This 101 has been given to Ram Kumar. Now Ram Kumar is handling Java developer. This means that Ram Kumar will not handle any other. If Abe is handling this 102, yani SFDC, Salesforce developer, Abhinav will not handle anything other than that. Rita is going to handle this, 103 is the testing. Rita will not going to handle any another thing. So every hiring manager will handle only one position record, not more than that. This is the case where we actually need to develop one-to-one association. So this is the requirement. And now let's come to how to create this one-to-one. So this was the requirement. This was the requirement. Chaliye. So read all this theory. Read all this theory. You will come to know whatever I have just discussed. Okay, a parent can be only associated to one child. That is, for every parent, there must be only one child. भाई एक parent के लिए सिर्फ एक ही child होना चाहिए, not more than that. ठीक है? तो main समझना क्या होता है? Main होता है समझना requirement को. If you understand the requirement, if you understand the use case, if you understand the scenario, then you can propose what is the solution for this. If this is the scenario, if this is the requirement, the solution is what? Solution is one-to-one. तो पहले ना सिनेरियो को समझो, पहले रिक्वायरमेंट को समझो, सबसे ज्यादा फोकस इसी बात पे रखो. उसके बाद में हम आएंगे कि इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या है. तो इसका सॉल्यूशन है just create one-to-one relationship. Now how to create the one-to-one relationship? Whenever we want to create one-to-one relationship, now one-to-one can be achieved by two things: roll-up summary and a validation loop. You first need to create a roll-up summary. Roll-up summary, by the way, is always created on the parent object. This entire thing we already have learned. ये सब अपन ने last lecture को discuss कर लिया. Everything that is related to roll-up summary, वो पूरा अपने पिछले lecture में अच्छे से मौजूद है. आपको revise करना है, आप जाके video देख लेना है. ठीक है? Everything related to the roll-up summary, we have taken one entire dedicated session just for the roll-up summary. Even I don't want to mix it with any other topic. That is why I have taken only one lecture on the roll-up summary. सारी चीजें वहां मौजूद है, वहां से देखना. So as in step number 1, you need to create a roll-up summary with aggregate function as the count only. There are four aggregate functions, but out of that you just need to select the count. Just create a roll-up summary with the count. Just create a roll-up summary with the count. Okay, Wilson, just give me a second. At a time, only one position, that is one-to-one. Okay, I don't understand what, if you're asking me or you're telling something.
No, sir. I'm asking you. At a time, only one position. Like the hiring manager will be handling only one position. That is one-to-one relationship. That is you're saying, no?
Exactly. Or
okay,
rather
if
you
it
say,
takes multiple positions, then it will
it's
do
a
the
normal
error.
kind of relationship. It's a normal relationship.
Okay.
We
Okay.
have developed that relationship also, but here is the scenario is quite different. What is every hiring manager should handle only one position. Rather, you say that every parent should have only one child. That is the case what we are discussing. So in that case, we need to go and create one-to-one relationship. Chaliye, so वापस आते हैं.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, great. So the second is what? Okay, first you create a roll-up summary. Now how to create one-to-one? You actually go and create these two steps. First you create a roll-up summary and roll-up summary with the aggregate function as a count only. and then you create a validation. You already have learned how to create the roll-up summary. Now is the time to learn about the validation rules. Okay, validation is a kind of restrictions. Validation, wherever in the Salesforce, when we require to put up some sort of restrictions, this should not go beyond that. This should have only this value. It should, it should have this value only. Wherever in the Salesforce, if you want to put some sort of restriction, wherever you want to have some sort of restriction, जहाँ कुछ तो भी rule लगाने हैं कि ऐसा ही होना चाहिए, there is, वहां पे आपको ना validation rule fit करना पड़ता है. चलिए, so this is going to for the first time, और ऐसा 2-3 बार आएगा when you are going to have the practice on the validation rule. Don't worry, this is going to for the first time when you are creating a validation rule. What are the steps? These are the steps. We are going to follow the same steps. Okay, so navigation has been written. Don't worry. Let's solve this use case, the same use case what we are discussing for the each hiring manager record. Each hiring record must be associated with one position only. Okay, now if you ask me, sir, यहाँ तो पहले से दिख रहा है कि राम कुमार को 2 position है, and the Pratap is also handling 2, Alan is also handling. So always remember, see, validation rule is not going to be applied on the previous data. Nahi, validation will be applied on the new things whatever you are going to enter in the object. पुरानी चीजों पर, ये पास्ट है, भूल जाओ इसको, ये सब गलतियां हैं, पुरानी गलतियां दोहरा के अपना फ्यूचर मत बर्बाद करो. ओके, हाँ, वैलिडेशन रूल क्या कहता है कि देखो जो पास्ट है वो पास्ट है, उसको भूल जाने का. फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड यू हैव दिस रूल, आई एम स्टैंडिंग विथ यू एंड आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू मेक यू कमिट दिस मिस्टेक वंस अगेन. तो वैलिडेशन रूल कहाँ लगता है? वैलिडेशन रूल हमेशा नई पर लगता है. ठीक है, नई चीजों पर जब तुम एंटर करोगे. ठीक है, पुरानी चीजों पर वैलिडेशन रूल नहीं लगता है. सो ऑल्दो आई एम गोइंग टू क्रिएट वन रूल, बट ये इसको लेकर वो एरर नहीं देगा. दिस राम कुमार इज हैविंग 2 पोजीशन, दिस इज पास्ट. प्रताप इज हैंडलिंग 2 पोजीशन, दिस इज अगेन अ पास्ट. इसके बाद इफ आई ट्राई टू एसोसिएट राम कुमार विद अ न्यू पोजीशन, इट इज गोइंग टू गिव मी द एरर. जो हो गया सो हो गया, अब आप नहीं लगा सकते इसको. ठीक है, सो इस तरह से चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. लेट्स क्रिएट दिस. How we are going to create? First of all, we will create a roll-up summary. Now here is one problem. I identified one problem over here, is that between hiring manager and the position, what is the relationship? Yes, what is the relationship? Yes, what is the relationship between hiring manager? Lookup or external lookup or the master detail? Yes.
Lookup relationship.
Lookup. And yes, lookup. And we are about to create a roll-up summary. Now you tell me one thing. If I want to create a roll-up summary, what should be the relationship type? Master detail relationship. So भले step number 1 roll-up summary create करना है, लेकिन हमने देखा यहाँ पे कि the kind of relationship between these two is lookup. तो यहाँ पे मेरा step number 1 कुछ और बन जाता है. As an step number one, I first need to convert this relationship from lookup to the master detail. Because अगर बात चल रही है roll-up summary की, तो roll-up summary तभी लग सकता है whenever the relationship type is master detail. ठीक है, चलिए. So let's convert this relationship from lookup to the master detail. Now who is going to tell me the steps of converting a lookup relationship into the master? Yes, who is going to tell me this?
So every child, firstly we have to convert the lookup into master, so every child record has to be associated with the parent record.
Okay, रुक जाओ, बस यहाँ होल्ड मारो. आंसर आराम से दो, मुझे भी समझने का मौका दो. So every child must be have one parent. See, तो child is whom? Child कौन है यहाँ पे बताइए? Child कौन है? Who is the child? Yes, out of these position is the child. Let's go to the position. Okay, let's see how many are the positions record. I mean, these are the position records. सारे position record यहाँ है. Does every position have a parent? क्या सारे के साथ parent है? Yes, all of them are having the parent. No problem. All of these are having parents. All of these positions, all of the childs is having parent. This was step number 1. Yeah. If you confirm this, for every child there is a parent, let's go and convert this relationship from lookup to the master. Go to the view fields. First of all, go to the child object. And then expand the force.com quick access menu and go to view fields. अब ये हमने उस वक्त पढ़ लिया है, ठीक है, जब हम relationship convert करने का जो वीडियो है हमारा, उसमें ये चीजें हैं, इसलिए मैं शॉर्ट में पढ़ा रहा हूँ. and go to the custom fields and relationship section, or relationship field को ढूंढ के निकालो. You have these many fields. You created all these fields. Some of them are checkboxes, some are RTA area, and then auto number, pick list, long text. बहुत सारी fields. So you created so many fields. Even you created 2 roll-up summaries also. But that is a different thing. वो इसका relationship अलग है, position के साथ में है, ठीक है. Position and the candidate के साथ में है. That is time. वो roll-up summary इसलिए create हो गए because between position and the candidate it's master detail. यहाँ बात चल रही है position और hiring manager. So from the position and hiring manager, the kind of relationship is lookup relationship. Lookup.